Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. What I want to talk about is I already made a video talking about how we're going to have communication centers set up in different places. Now, how are these communication centers will be set up is what I want to talk about now. Now all this is going to be taking place after a shit hits the fan type situation. In other words, you won't have dependable electricity. So what we're going to have is we have to make our own electric. And the first thing I want to talk about is how we're going to make our electric. Now, like I say, I'm in the communications militia. I am in the power militia. Now, I am not an expert on none of them. I'm really the kind of the gopher. I kind of go for this, go for that type of stuff. And I give them some money so they can do what they get their stuff that they need to do what they need to do. So this is what I'm going to talk about is how we're going to make these, first, how we're going to power up these communication centers. And this is what it is. What you're going to need is a solar panel. And so we're going to have a solar panel. It looks like they're running like $125, something like that. And we're going to need a solar panel. Let's say I think it's 100 watt. Now, this isn't going to tell you how to do this stuff. I'm still learning. So, but I'm sharing this information with you. This is what they told me that I need to help cough up some money to get. So we're going to have a 100 watt solar panel. This is kind of like a regulator. It runs about $30. And then an inverter, I think that's $50, I think. I'm not quite sure. And I don't even know, I can't even tell you how many watts that's going to be, or volts, whatever those things are. But anyway, so you're going to need that, and then I think they call it a deep cell battery. And I think that's going to cost about $150. So, so that's how much money it's going to be costing. Now, my idea was to put this in, put all this stuff in a container, and you could put the solar panel elsewhere and just run a wire over to this. This way we have the power that we're going to need to run our communications and other kind of stuff with it. So this is what we're going to be needing. So that's going to be the the first thing we got to do is, like I say, get all this stuff together, and then we'll be ready to go. And I say put it in something like maybe a foot locker or something like that. I don't know yet. Once I get there, we start putting it, we'll know the physical size. Okay, now what we're going to have is the solar panel, and like I say, we'll have like a foot locker or something like that, whatever, some kind of hole, and there'll be plug-ins, and this way it'll be weatherproof, so we can have all this set out somewhere in the weather and outside. And the solar panel doesn't have to be right close to the unit. We'll have wires leading it, so your solar panel will be set in another location. We'll have outlets, so then we can hook up power tools, or just radios, whatever we're going to need. Now, how big this is going to be is what we are going to be determining right now. I mean, how many units, how many batteries, how many panels we're going to need. I'm trying to get it all set so one panel will do it. One panel, how much juice can we do with one panel? Now, what's going to happen is that'll give us the juice for our radios. This way we have juice running 24 hours a day, all year, or all day long. So we'll be able to recharging our batteries and our radios and stuff like that, and batteries. And but that's basically what this is going to be for. Now, like I say, so our radios will be hooked in there. Now, I've already got videos talking about the different radios that we've been working with. And so I say we'll have different radios depending on how we're going to be communicating not only with ourselves, but like I say, to the main command center, which will have the shortwave radio, where they can really, I mean, even that, the main command center will have a series of these, because that's going to be where we're going to have it'll be our main communication center. So we'll have plenty of juice to do what we have to do. So that's what that's going to be. Now, one of the things we're going to be doing also is going to be hooked into that will be a car alarm. And the reason is, the car alarm, you push the button, the panic button. Okay, that's the whole idea. We want to have it running. See, the idea is that the three-man militias that are taking care of our perimeters are not fighting forces. I say we don't want our people injured. So we have it set up where we can notify everybody when something is wrong. In other words, when you see some people start coming in there and you want, maybe depending on how you have your thing set up, you might have a meet and greet team that will go talk to them and see what they're going to do, or I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of different things that could be happening. So you could talk to them, or you may not. You might have little signs out there say, "Don't cross." Like what we got planned is there's going to be paths completely around us. So as long as you stay on the path, you're okay. When you come off that path, that's when you are considered a threat, and we'll have signs saying that. So in other words, if they're going off, if you see somebody off the path, you can just push the panic button, and then the siren will start going. Your car alarms, it'll start blaring out, and now we know what area, because we have a small community, and so when it blows up, when that siren blows over there, we know there's something going on over there, or if it goes over there, we know it's going off over there. And the thing is, their communications will get a hold of our main communication center to tell us what we need to do to take care of the situation. But we don't want just every time you see somebody make contact with them. We don't want that. And at the same time, we want to notify the people that are coming in that now everybody knows you're here. So that's what the panic button is for. Okay, so we'll have that. Now, we're also going to have lights. They're going to be feeding off of the same thing. Now, it's not these lights are going to stay on. Remember, we talked about the panic button, and then you can turn on the panic button, and then you're going to have lights flashing and all kinds of stuff. Or it may be just where you hit the switch, and then the light comes on, and you tell them, step into the light. If you don't step into the light, you're considered a threat. And but we're going to have some kind of lighting system, no matter what. And all that's going to be feeding off that same system. So, like I say, so this, not only our communications are going to be coming off of this, but our security will be working off of this too. And I'm not expecting this to cost very much. I would say probably once we understand what we're doing, we'll probably do it for $250. And then we can have a system set up, and then we can start adding things. Well, say we have an alarm three-man militia, a lighting three-man militia. Their job will be to figure out how to incorporate the car alarm, the radios, the lights to the system that we have set up. And some of these, like I say, we can have set up, and use them for command centers, and some we can just use as remote control security areas. It's the same thing. We can have it all with motion detectors that's going to be set up, so not like when you come close to this area, but we can do a whole area that's going to, the lights are just going to come on when somebody comes in that area. When the light comes on over here, we know they're there. Then these lights should come on, we know they're over there. The lights come on over there, we know they're moving. We know exactly where they're moving. And we can make contact with them the way we're going to, whatever we have planned. But anyway, just wanted to share this with you. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.